Hi, 5th grade. This is Mrs. Kyoka with your flipped math lesson for today. Today is going to be a study session because we're getting really close to taking the test for topic 4 division. So we're going to do a few practice problems and then I'm going to give you an assignment to do at the very end. So let's practice and let's see how we're doing with our skills at division. So here's our first practice problem. If 327 is divided by 6, where should the first digit of the quotient be placed? So we've got some important numbers here. Let's see here. Our important numbers that we're going to want to highlight or remember are 327 is divided, and it's being divided by 6. Where should the first digit of the quotient? That's what we're asking. It's not asking you to solve the problem. It's asking you to tell me or tell them where the first digit of the quotient will be placed. So here are the numbers, the important numbers that were in our problem. And I'm going to have to think about where they need to go. So I have 327 and 6 from the problem. Now it said that 327 is being divided, so it's going to go inside the division box. 327 is the dividend, and then that means that 6 is the divisor. And the question was, where will the first number of the quotient go? And the quotient, remember, is the answer to a division problem. So if I have 327 divided by 6, I look at the first digit in the hundreds place, and I notice that that 3 is going to be divided by 6. Well, 3 can't be divided by 6. If I had 3 brownies and I wanted to share them with 6 people, I couldn't give each person a brownie. So I have to think that there's actually a 0 there, but I'm not going to need to write it, okay, because that's the very first digit. So I don't have to write it. So I'm going to put 32 as the number that I'm dividing, and I'm going to divide 32 by 6. And I know that it can't be divided equally, but 5 times 6 is 30, and so I can put my 5 right there. And my 5 is not going in the hundreds place, it's going in the tens place. So the answer to my problem would be above the tens place, because that's where I put the 5. Remember, there's actually a 0 here in the hundreds place. So there's my answer, above the tens place. All right, let's look at question number 2. A summer camp has 110 campers divided into cabins that hold 9 people in each cabin. How many cabins are needed for the campers? So my important information here is 110 campers, and it's going to be divided into cabins that hold 9 people in each cabin, and they need to know how many cabins are needed. And of course, the operation that we're going to use is division. And here are the numbers from the problem: 110 campers, and 9 of them can fit in a cabin. So I have to find out how many cabins are needed. So 110 is going to be my dividend. The number 9 is the divisor, and now I have to divide. So my first digit is a 1. 1 cannot be divided by 9. If I had 1 candy bar and I tried to share it with 9 people, there'd be a riot. So we can't use 1. We'll have to go next door and use the next digit. So now our number is 11. 11 divided by 9. I can put 9 in there one time. 1 times 9 is 9. So I'll subtract 11 minus 9 is 2. And then bring down the next digit, that's 0. So now I have 20 divided by 9. And I can put 9 into 20 2 times, and 2 times 9 is 18. And I subtract that, and I get 2 left over. So I can have 12 cabins, but that means that 2 people are going to be left out of a cabin. And if I just left it like that, then that would mean that 2 people have to sleep outside in the rain, and that wouldn't be fun. So I'm going to think about what is reasonable. It wouldn't be reasonable for 2 people not to be in a cabin, so therefore I need 13 cabins. That's a reasonable answer, an answer that makes sense. Okay, 12 would not make sense. All right, number 3. A florist is making a flower arrangement. He has 110 sunflowers to place in 11 arrangements. How many flowers will go in each arrangement? So my important information is that he has 110 sunflowers to place in 11 arrangements. How many flowers will go in each arrangement? So there's my important information. This first sentence about the florist making a flower arrangement really is not all that important. So don't get confused by it. So here are my numbers. And what I'd like to do now is I want you to pause this, and I want you to see if you can figure out the answer before I tell you what the answer is. So go ahead and hit pause and figure out the answer. Did you do it? All right, let's see how you did. So 110 and 11 are the numbers from the problem. 110 is being divided, so it is the dividend. 11 is doing the dividing, and it's the divisor, and then we have to find out what the quotient is. So I have 11, and I'm going to see if I can put that into 110. I'll look at the first digit is a 1. If I had $1 and I had to share it with 11 people, again, that would not go over so well. So I'm going to go over to the next digit because $1 for 11 people would not work out. Not everybody would get the same amount. So I've got 11 divided by 11, and I know that 11 divided by 11 is 1 because 1 times 11 is 11. So I have 11 minus 11, and subtract that, and that's 0. Bring down the next digit, and it's a 0. 0 divided by 11, well, it's 0. Remember, we talked about this yesterday or the day before, that any number divided by 0 is 0. So 111 divided by 11 is 10. And that's our answer. Remember also that there is a secret 0 sitting there. And we don't really have to draw it, but there is another 0 there. All right. So did you get the right answer? I hope so. All right. So just as our last problem here, I have some vocabulary words, and I wonder if you know which of these numbers is the dividend, which is the divisor, and which is the quotient. So let's see if you got it right. I want you to pause this and draw this problem. It's already solved for you, but you could go through it and you could show all the numbers that go underneath the 365. And I would like you to label each of the numbers. Which one is the dividend, which one is the divisor, and which one is the quotient. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can solve that. All right, did you figure it out? Okay, if you figured it out, then you know that some of the numbers that are missing here is like 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract 36 minus 35 is 1. Bring down the 5, and then 5 goes into 15 3 times. And then there are no remainders. Okay. Also, I asked you to label and show which is the dividend, which is the divisor, and which is the quotient. The dividend is 365. The divisor is 5. And the quotient is the answer to the division problem. Okay? Hope you got it right. Now, are you ready for the test? Are you feeling like you're ready for the division test? I hope so. Here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to try the Topic 4 readiness test. I should have sent it to you. And give it a try. Make sure that you use some paper so that you can write down your answers and show your thinking. And don't forget to click I'm done when you're done. Now, if you take it the first time and you don't do well, you're welcome to take it again. Remember, when you're done taking the test, it will give you some things to work on if you had any problems that you missed. So you can go through and watch the videos of things that you missed. All right, guys. Well, good luck. Thanks for working with me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.